From the get-go, we've got two super heavyweights rattling the battle box, Hammer Time and Vladiator. Former auto mechanic Jerry Clarkin designed Hammer Time to slam opponents with a pneumatic spike using 2,200 pounds of force powered by high-pressure nitrogen. One good shot, and there may be no survivors. Be still, my BattleBot loving heart. Vlad the Impaler has an older, heavier brother. Vladiator's got a symmetrical drivetrain, making him an invertible and super fast, super heavyweight. He's got a spike lifting arm and one of the best drivers in the sport.
Well, the Vlad name is certainly feared and revered in BattleBots competition, so let's go in the driver's seat with Gage Cochois.
BattleBots is a trifling, playful activity for adults and children. I work really hard building the robots, really analyze what are the weaknesses, where is it going to break, and I'm pretty good at driving it. Both of my robots are basically the same. They work like a high-speed forklift. They attack the robot and try to just pick it up and then accelerate it and ram it into the wall and kind of flip it over. I like to win. It's very important, but winning is not what you're really going for. You want to make it entertaining. He beat me last year, and then the year before I beat him, but I beat him a lot better than he beat me. It was a lot more definitive. I'm just trying to win, and I'm concentrating. And I think the only time you smile is if you win.
Time to let him loose inside the cage. Mark Biro's got the intros.
To my right, his only God-given skill is to fight, kill, and turn robots into metal swill. Introducing Hammer Time! In the blue square, it's foul-tempered, ill-mannered, acerbic, churlish, cantankerous, and lots of other words I found in the thesaurus. Won't you please welcome Vladiator?
That 14-inch long stainless steel spike, not designed to hit the floor, but powerful enough to punch holes in it. The quiet confidence of Gage Cochois.
The box is locked, the lights are on, it's robot fighting time. Vladiator, one of the quickest super heavyweights in the box. Both robots taking shots from the hazards. Oh, and Vladiator gets up underneath early.
Gage Cochois envisions Vladiator as a bullet coming out of a gun. And he's showing it right there. Likes to line him up and just come at him straight and pop.
He's got to avoid that hammer, though.
Not that he's gotten close enough to Vladiator to bring the hammer down, but we haven't seen him drop that thing at all.
Patience,
there we go.
And Vladiator lifts Hammer Time and drives him into the wall.
And Hammer Time actually got a pop in, and it cost him. His offense turned into a defense, and he got thrown up against the wall.
Vladiator almost baiting Hammer Time, trying to draw him near the pulverizer, and now he's behind Hammer Time. This is where Vladiator wants to take advantage, because if he can get behind Hammer Time, he can wreak havoc without any danger to himself.
Well, Hammer Time is Jerry Clarkin's first attempt at building a BattleBot, and he's got a decent one, but it's obvious who the veteran here is.
And it's obvious who has the maneuverability. Vladiator, the aggressor, moving around the floor, taking hot shots at Hammer Time. Hammer Time taking a shot. Again, that could be a one-punch knockout shot. If that hammer can punch holes in the battle box floor, it can certainly punch a hole in Vladiator. Oh! Narrowly avoiding the pulverizer. It's Hammer Time being toyed with again by Vladiator.
Hammer Time could be stuck on the spike strip here.
He may be. Vladiator up and underneath, aggressively poking, maybe going to pull him off. Hammer Time with a shot of its own. Not much time left in this fight. Hammer Time needs that one-punch knockout.
I gotta say, I agree with you.
And he goes for it. And he's going to go for it again. Vladiator maneuvering around, avoiding that spike. Hammer Time takes another shot. Both of these big boys are impervious to the hazards, and Hammer Time takes another shot. pieces.
There's the speed of Vladiator, able to just stick and move and get out of the way.
Oh, Hammer Time had a shot. Did not hit directly. Moving in, and it's over.
And that's it. He got him in a pop on Vladiator, ineffective. There's a first big shot from Vladiator coming right at Hammer Time, and this one all the way across the floor into the left stand.
Maybe the best hit of the whole match.
Turned in a 30-15 decision for the blue square, Vladiator.
So Vladiator doubled up on him, 30-15. Vladiator looks like he's for real.
Hammer Time got the edge in hazard damage, 4-3, but Vladiator shuts him down and lifts and hits, and clearly that domination gave him the win.
Hey, let's get some post-fight reaction.
You've done it again with another design on a super heavyweight. Way to go.
It's a real handful to control. I'm just thrilled to move on, I tell you.
How did it feel going up against one of the toughest BattleBot drivers?
It was pretty intimidating at first. I thought we punched some holes through his body, but we didn't. Next time.
Vladiator already building a fan base. Gamatron looks to make a name for himself and stomp bots everywhere, but next Toe Crusher faces down Dr. Inferno Jr.
Sector, that'll be decided when new bots Techno Destructo and Vladiator go at it when we return. For more information on BattleBots and how you can enter a fighting robot in a BattleBots competition, log on to BattleBots.com.
Welcome back to BattleBots. We just saw Dissector take one more step toward his nut reclamation project with a knockout over 7th-ranked Ramstein. He'll face the winner of these next two. Bill, tell us who they are and how they got there.
Techno Destructo has won 4 straight judges' decisions. He's from Melbourne, Florida, and he's got arguably the toughest flipping arm in San Francisco outside of Toro. Gage Cauchois says he built Vlad the Impaler with the robot knowledge he had in 1996. Vladiator was built with what he learned over the next 5 years. Knowledge is power, and power is Vladiator.
Mark Bureau with the intros.
In the red square to my right, how many robots does it take to reduce you to a little more than a vicious puddle of aluminum? 1. Techno Destructo.
That rounded design is supposed to keep him always on his feet.
In the blue square, the general who became a slave. The slave who became a robot. The robot who defied an empire. Introducing Vladiator.
Here we go, the box is locked, the lights are on, it's robot fighting time. Vladiator comes right out fast with that spear that can also lift his opponents.
You know, when you watch Vladiator, and we've seen it in his previous fights, he almost seems too fast.
Techno Destructo trying to position that lifting arm. Techno Destructo flips Vladiator on his back. Vladiator again takes more damage and he's tossed by the kill saws amid a shower of sparks.
Now he's got to line himself up. He's behind the kill saws.
Oh, Techno Destructo popped by the piston. Vladiator finding his spike almost useless against Techno Destructo's design.
I like what Techno Destructo's doing here, coming right at Vlad, getting at him and popping. He's got 40 pops in that tank.
Oh, Vladiator brings himself into the corner and gets a shot from the pulverizer. Part of Techno Destructo's protective shell has been disassembled by the pulverizer. Oh, Vlad flips Techno Destructo on his back! Techno Destructo up against the glass!
He's in the worst position possible. He can't flip himself.
Vladiator slamming him.
He might have enough now.
Techno Destructo was in control of this fight. Now Vlad is just abusing him.
No, nicely done.
Techno Destructo coming apart at the seams.
Give us
Vladiator
more.
trying to pop himself off the wall, but he cannot. And it is
He waits and he waits and he waits. Look at this. He's clearly being beaten in this fight.
Techno Destructo in control early on. Vladiator taking a lot of damage, but this, my friend, was the turning point. Techno Destructo pounded by the pulverizer and then jammed up against the glass.
Look at that. Look at the power of Vladiator. Techno Destructo slid into the spike strips, and that pop taking off a couple of screens there.
To the victor, go the Sklars.
Gage, great match. You got flipped over. You did the only thing you probably could do in order to win the match, and that was flip him over. Talk about being flipped over and having to drive upside down.
Well, I switch it to mode 2, which is the upside down mode, and everything's the same. And then I just drive it as if it was right side up, and I was fortunately able to flip him. Kept trying to impale him, but I kept missing. So
great. Good luck, guys.
Coming up, we'll update the lightweight grid, plus the hit of the week, and you're going to like this one. We're in San Francisco, where the hills are alive with the sound of robotic demolition. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Tim Green, and we bring you what promises to be the greatest super heavyweight showdown ever. Bill, measure him up.
Pretty sweet. He's a hometown boy, Oakland's Gage Cochois. He's driving the fastest bot in the tournament in Vladiator. Only problem? He's built for speed, not torque, so he probably won't win a shoving match. Donald Hudson comes up from SoCal to wage war. Last season, Gage's Vlad the Impaler knocked out Hudson's other baby, Tazbot, and won't it be sweet revenge if Dissector can return the favor here?
Here's what these two veteran drivers had to say just before the match.
Building something that is unique to you is the most important thing. Getting here is the most important thing. Winning is icing on the cake.
He'll probably flip me, and we'll flip each other a few times, and it's going to be tough.
Let's get down to the fight.
This is a BattleBots Super Heavyweight Semifinal event. Introducing in the red square to my right, as is often the case with great ideas, wonderful in theory, violent and bloody in practice, here is Vladiator.
Gage Cochois, single, focused, successful. Ladies, come on.
And in the blue square, there's no cooler way to commit public suicide than trying to take away the giant nut from the reigning super heavyweight champion, Dissector.
The longest winning streak in BattleBots, 8 straight victories. The box is locked, the lights are on, it's Robot semi-fight in final time. Dissector pushing Vladiator around the box early. Working those deadly hammers. Vladiator finds the wall, positioning his spike.
You know what we see with Vladiator? It takes him a little time to find himself in the box. But he found it now!
Vladiator knocking Dissector back into the box and flipping it.
Now, Dissector's on his back. He's okay, but that means that back wedge of his useless.
Vladiator now the aggressor, coming at Dissector with the spike. Dissector pushing Vladiator into the screw. Dissector takes a shot from the pulverizer.
I think he missed it, but still. If it looked like he got hit in the judge's eyes, then you got hit.
Two big Vladiators! Dissector airborne, and both heavyweights are tossed by the kill saws.
And Vladiator got flipped by that kill saw toss, but you can see no difference.
Vladiator positioning himself to take a run at Dissector. Dissector absolutely relentless in his pursuit of Vladiator. Oh, but Vladiator escapes the pulverizer. Dissector does not.
This is what they want, the two of them, power versus power, head to head.
The spear versus the jaws. Vladiator drives Dissector into the spikes. Dissector fights back with his own hammer, but Vladiator has him under the pulverizer.
But he's able to escape using the jaws as an escape device. Nicely done.
He's These two big bots are so intent on killing each other, Bill, they both seem impervious to the hazards of the bot.
They are just going at each other without hesitation.
Gladiator on the run, turning nose to nose.
Gladiator all about offense, but boy, he knows how to get out of a jam, doesn't he?
Incredible, the maneuverability of both these big bots. Oh, and Dissector takes Gladiator to the pulverizer.
It's small hammers, it's big hammers. It's a beautiful thing. It's smoke, it's a dream come true.
Gladiator on Gladiator, up off his traction wheels, being driven and hammered by Dissector.
That was key. Team Mutant Robots pretty happy. Let's take a look. Here is the first big pop from Vlad, all the way across the box, into the screws. Look at that, up in the air is Dissector, and yet he keeps throwing the hammers.
Listen to the crowd. 3 more minutes, and who can blame them?
The 3 judges at arena side have turned in a 24-21 decision for the winner and advancing to the championship finals, the Red Square Vladiator.
Unbelievable. Dissector is outstunned by the rookie Vladiator.
You said it, but with Vladiator, the celebration won't last long. He tangles with the winner of our next fight.
Toro Minion when we return.
Stay tuned as the road to the nut continues. All right!
Bots, and then there were 2, Vladiator and Minion. Bill, what do you think?
2 very different bots. Offense, Vladiator. Defense, Minion. No-brainers. Intangibles. Gladiator's coming off a convincing win over a champion. Minion, a victory over a disabled Toro.
Not an empty seat in this arena. Let's get it on.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the BattleBots Super Heavyweight Championship. Introducing in the red square, to my right, the good news, you made it to the finals. The bad news is you've got about 3 minutes to live, according to the watch of Minion. And in the blue square, this is no summer blockbuster, no Oscar-winning action flick. It's the steel spike-toting robot who's looking for an ass to kick. It's Vladiator!
Gage Cochois has been talking about the lack of traction. Will that make a difference?
Hang on tight, the box is locked, the lights are on. It is final time. Minion spinning that blade. Gladiator sizing him up.
He likes to take a run at his opponents, Vladiator does. And sometimes in doing so, like we just saw, backs himself into the spike strip. Now he's lined up.
Nose to nose. Sparks fly. Minion strikes Gladiator with his saw.
Gladiator's on the spike strip now.
Minion grinding Gladiator. Gladiator is stuck on the spikes, taking shots from Minion. His armor is bent behind the left wheel.
Does Minion keep hitting him, fearing that he might free him from the spike strip, or does he? He's sitting now. There you see it. Gladiator stuck in the spike strip.
Literally impaled. The ref is counting him down.
Minion doing the dance.
No, Gladiator's free! Gladiator is free!
I think there was 1 second left in the count.
Now Gladiator's up under Minion, and Gladiator tosses Minion. Gladiator crashing into Minion. Gladiator revived, lifting and spinning Minion.
Oh man, I got goosebumps and they're as big as my head.
Look at the viciousness of Gladiator. Oh!
Gladiator trying to make up for lost time apparently, because he is all over the box.
Gladiator, clearly the aggressor now. Gladiator up underneath, pushing and prodding Minion.
Do we see? It's almost an apathy I'm seeing from Minion right now.
Gladiator knocking Minion. Minion lulled to sleep by an apparent KO victory.
And Vladiator with the young rookie robot enthusiasm. He hit the seam of the BattleBots. That's the incline where they bring in the bots. This is actually going to help Minion.
Minion unable to do anything.
There's that chain.
Gladiator up underneath him with the deadly spike.
In a perfect position with that spike in between chassis and wheel.
Officials are going to separate them if the drivers don't.
Well, they're not stuck. That's just Vladiator.
Oh, Gladiator now lets Minion down off the wall and crashes into him for a final shot.
Wow! What a final!
Let's take a look at the replays. 25 seconds into the fight, Vladiator apparently finished.
And then you see Minion doing the dance. Now here's where the fight changed. Vladiator taking Minion across the floor, hitting the seam on the BattleBox floor and holding him there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the three judges at arena side have turned in a 26-19 decision for the winner and BattleBots Super Heavyweight Champion, the Blue Square Vladiator.
Man, oh man! Comeback Robot of the Year.
How did he get it done?
Sheer grit, determination. Look at the slams, look at the weapons. But the one stat missing, heart. Truly the difference in this fight.
Let's get the word down below.
You're smoking. You're almost counted out. What's going through your mind?
That I lost.
You were 1 second away from being counted out.
1 second away, and I thought I'll just keep burning it out, and finally it just came loose. Surprised the hell out of me.
Congratulations.
Great fight, but what do you have to say for yourself?
He got stuck in the wall, and the judge just asked us to back off, and why they counted him out. And at the last count of one, he pulled away, and so the battle was on again.
Okay, Minion 3 will be back next season, so stay tuned.
Looking good, Carmen. We've got 3 fights ahead, so let's get to it. In Season 3, Gage Cochois' Vladiator won the super heavyweight nut as a rookie. Now he's back in search of giant nut number 2, but he's got to get past Trimangle.
Corey Klein, Trimangle, Miami, Florida. I'm able to flip, bulldoze, and then do the spinner weapon trick. Gage Cochois, Vladiator, Oakland, California. I'm afraid of it. It's very scary looking robots.
They're both pretty scary. All right, it's time to fight. Here's Mark Firo with the intros.
Introducing in the red square to my right, he'll roll you like a hooker, then rat you out with an anonymous phone call to your wife. Here is Trimangle. And in the blue square, sprung from the same brain that created the great Vlad, the Impaler. Here is his younger, nastier brother, Vladiator.
Hey, any last minute strategy? Just gonna cut him up. Gonna have to cut him up. Gage, feeling any pressure? Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on him.
The box is launched, the lights are on. Robot fighting time. Trimangle spinning that deadly blade and advancing on Vladiator.
That blade can also be adjusted so it can strike at any height. Man, that thing looks wicked.
Vladiator carefully positioning himself. Trimangle in a shower of sparks underneath the kill sign.
Now it's time just to start scoring some points.
A sweat on
on the brow of Gage Couchoir.
He has the right to feel some pressure now, Gage. Once that triangle blade stops, it acts as a wedge. Time to do some pushing around then.
Vladiator pounding away at triangle, despite the fact that he has lost his primary weapon.
We got a primary weapon loss on both sides, I think, here. We don't see the triangle blade going at all.
Now it's a pushing, shoving match, and that would certainly favor the former champion.
He has got speed and power to burn.
Vlad needs to bring that power to bear.
Triangle's he's got turning problems right now. Obviously, he's able to drive, cannot turn. You can back up and go forward.
Triangle taking a shot from the kill saws.
Tearing up his tires.
Weapons will be a factor. Hits will be a factor.
You can see his right front tire. It's off the hub right now. Oh, he's having some problems. He got in that one huge hit, and now he's got to hold on.
Each spot having disabled the other one's weapon system are reduced to a pushing, shoving match.
We've seen Vladiator come back from adversity. Remember last year's finals. So he knows how to win these fights. And that is move and hit.
Triangle with one wheel disabled. His weapon smoking. Vladiator moving in, pounding as best he can without his spike.
Even though he's lost his spike, I think we know whose spike this is, but now he's found his triangle. Can triangle move him to the pulverizers? No time left. Hey, fight into this Taco Bell replay. That's probably the key moment right there when he went over those kill saws, screwed up his drivetrain. There we see the spear of Vladiator tumbling across the box. And there's all Vladiator can do. Gear up and take a run at him. Here are the battle stats. Even without a spear, Vladiator racked up 11 slams. Gage Couchoir, relentless, tenacious, may I say vivacious.
A fearless performance from Vladiator gives him the win, 37-8. Let's get the post-op from Carmen and Arj.
But how did you manage to win even without your weapon?
I was able to just keep ramming into him, and then his own weapon broke. So I just kept ramming him, and I guess I got points for aggression.
Excellent.
Knocked his weapon off right at the beginning. You must have been happy with that.
That was my first and only goal, was just simply defang the Vladiator.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Great.
Congratulations.
Coming up next, it's Shark Fight versus Killer B. Can the spinning fin beat the stinging wedge? And some psychic predictions when we return.
You are watching a Comedy Central sports presentation of BattleBots. With Carmen Electra, Tim Green, Arj Barker, Brad Wallach, and me, Bill Dwight.
Defending super heavyweight champ Vladiator takes on the fliptastic machine Toro. Stick around.
BattleBots rocks.
You are watching a Comedy Central sports presentation of BattleBots. With Carmen Electra, Tim Green, and me, Bill Dwight.
For more information on BattleBots and how you can enter a fighting robot in a BattleBots competition, log on to BattleBots.com. Last season, Vladiator wasted Techno Destructo in the quarters, edged out Dissector in the semis, and then hung tough and won a close final over Minion. He won his nut all right, but it was no walk in the junkyard.
And he didn't have to face Toro either.
Reason Bradley, Alexander Rose, Toro, Gage Couchoir, Vladiator.
Let's get it on.
Introducing, in the red square, to my right, he tosses robots around like a shot putter on steroids. Give it up for one of your favorite flippers, Toro!
Toro has the power to flip other super heavies 5 feet in the air.
And in the blue square, some bots say, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. This one says, screw that, here is Vladiator.
As you can see, the lifting spear is back. If you remember, earlier in the tourney, got it sheared off by Trimangle. Reasons, Bill, can you beat the champ?
If we can get under him, I think we'll have a good chance, yeah. The box is locked, the lights are on. It's robot fighting time.
Holy moly! Gladiator hit a seam in the floor.
Oh, Vladiator lost his spike! Right away!
Spear is gone again!
But he pushes Toro into the spikes.
Oh yeah, he's got power.
Look out! Gladiator now crashed into the side of the wall by Toro.
And Gladiator, you know what we're going to see now? We're just going to see that awesome speed. We're going to see him firing up across the floor and skidding and flying all over the place.
And he has to fly because if Toro gets underneath him, it could get ugly. Billy, he does get under him!
Is that ugly to you?
Another flip!
It's beautiful to me.
Ugly if you're Gladiator. It's beautiful to everyone else. Big bot tossed like a peanut shell.
When he gets it from the side, how many times is that going over? Is he doing a full 3?
Wow. This fight clearly belonging to Toro. Toro tossing Gladiator. Really abusing Gladiator.
I might start counting now. Is that the 4th flip? Gladiator, he's got the speed to come at him from the side, but he's got to keep hitting. Now, a flip is just a hit when it comes to Toro. But will he be able to disable Gladiator?
See the missing spike there. Gladiator really weaponless against the deadly Toro. There it goes again. Another flip. And Gladiator struck by the pulverizer.
He's got to drive a perfect match now. He's got to stay away from every hazard, and he's just got to keep hitting Toro. It's his only hope.
He needs to get Toro into that pulverizer and come away with a lucky shot. Otherwise, this fight belongs to Toro completely.
Gage, such a good driver, he's able to get in a hit, back up, and get in another one.
But all the damage has been done to Gladiator by Toro.
You know what? When the judges see him hop and flip 5 feet in the air, flipping over 3 and 4 times, that affects them.
And look out, there it is again, and then the pulverizer comes to play on Gladiator. He is flipped and pounded like a pancake. Seconds left. Oh, and another flip.
Well, that's it then.
That is it. Gladiator up against the wall and totally incapacitated by the powerful Toro.
What a demonstration by Toro. Now, it's still going to go to the judges. It's a decision, but I think we know who won. Reason Bradley knows. I think Gage knows.
You know?
Those guys know. That's about all they know. Wow, the first big flip. And this next one, a 2.5, a 3.5, it's hard to tell, Tim.
And then Toro finishes this fight with a final flip.
Down goes Vladiator. What an upset. Toro wins big 32-13 with 8 ferocious flips. He moves on to the semi.
Thank you. Pro-Am on his way to the box. His TV debut against Vladiator is next.
You are watching a Comedy Central Sports presentation of BattleBots with Carmen Electra, Tim Green, Arj Barker, Tony Rock, and me, Bill Dwyer.
Hey you, don't construct or operate a robot or BattleBot without proper supervision.
We're back serving up Pro-Am, a fresh-faced bot against Vladiator, the consummate pro.
The consummate pro with the new weapon. The spear is out, the flipper is in.
Mike Konchak, Pro-Am. Gage Cauchois, Vladiator.
I think Pro-Am can beat his robot. I don't think I can beat his reputation.
And now, the box.
Introducing in the red square. If he looks familiar, that's because he's in just about every friggin' show. Introducing Vladiator. Vladiator.
Gladiator's team now called Vladmeisters.
And in the blue square, there's more testosterone raging in him than the entire LPGA. Give it up for Pro-Am. The box is locked, the lights are on. It's robot fighting time.
Right up and under.
Yeah, Vlad, the former champ in season 3, comes right out. No more spikes for Vlad, but a big flipping wedge up front.
Spatula. A big old spatula. And it's getting right underneath Pro-Am.
Pro-Am coming right at Vlad, though, with that spinning blade. Whoa! Vlad with another strike. Pro-Am is game, and he flips Vlad. Vlad Builder, Gage Schwab says that he really likes you because you entertain the crews when you're not filming. I don't know about that. What do you do, card tricks?
It's mostly mime. I do a lot of mime down in the pits. That's what they like.
Well, Gage and his crew appreciate it. They don't appreciate that damage done to their spatula.
No, that's not going to help.
Whoa!
Still seems to be able to get under Pro-Am.
Vlad with that vintage ride across the BattleBots floor. We've seen that before.
That is his key, man. That speed, lining them up and going at them. Well, Mike Konchak knows what he's doing in the box.
There goes Mike Konchak driving Vlad right into the spikes.
Mike's a great driver. He's a champion vintage dirt track racer.
Yeah, but he's a total athlete, Bill.
Yeah.
The National Amateur Ironman champion in 2000.
Take a look at his thumbs. He's obviously in great shape.
Whoa, now he's taking Vlad into the pulverizer.
He's turning this match around now.
And into the screws. Pro-Am in control.
I don't know if I mentioned, the new screws this year are really a lot more deadly than we've seen them. They just kind of suck the robots into the middle.
Now Vlad comes back. He pounds Pro-Am.
Up and over the kill saws.
Both of them take damage from the kill saws. Now Vlad's on the loose again. Boy, Vlad's got a lot of damage to his armor, Bill.
Yeah, he really does. But you know, I mean, we've seen Vlad come back from so many things. He can turn it on like that.
This is close back and forth. Pro-Am maybe with the edge on aggression.
Pro-Am, a lot of power packed into that bot, huh? Not as much speed as Gladiator.
No, but he locked up a lot of points when he had Vlad in the corner with the screws and the pulverizer. Now Vlad coming back with a vengeance.
Yeah, you know what? He always senses. He gets to this point and goes, all right, I got to score some points. Wow.
That's it. And then one last shot after the bell.
Both builders feel pretty good about themselves.
Let's see it again in bot vision.
Pro-Am having his way with Vlad, tossing him around the battle box, scoring some big points, I think.
And getting under Vlad, you don't see that often.
And then Vlad, sensing he might be down, coming back and starting to push and shove Pro-Am.
This is going to be close. The decision and our hit of the week next. For exclusive interviews with BattleBot builders, or if you want to chat with other bot fans, check out comedycentral.com/BattleBots.
What's that? You missed some of that hot robot action? It is crazy here in the stands. It's not too late. This party's just getting started, right, guys?
Warning, this program contains explicit material not suitable for younger bots. Prelims, quarterfinals, semis, and hot championship action is yours when you watch today. There's no telling what these bots will do next, and their untamed destructiveness will take you beyond your wildest dreams.
How long have you been filming this?
You get Bots Gone Wild, Garage Room Fantasies, and the Championship Pack. This offer is not available in stores, and your complete satisfaction is guaranteed. Satisfaction not guaranteed in Utah, West Virginia.
Welcome back to Comedy Central Sports presents BattleBots.
Here's our hit of the week from the match you just saw.
Toro gets one good shot against Frisbee Ultimate, and that's all it takes to be our hit of the week. Pro-Am just made the most of his world television premiere against Vladiator in a match too close to call. Now let's get the official word from the box.
The three judges at arena side have turned in a 25-20 decision for the red square, Vladiator.
Whoa, listen to that. Sounds like Barry Bonds taking the field at Dodger Stadium. Carmen, what's going on down there?
Controversial decision. Mike Konchak is definitely not happy, and neither is the audience.
Mike, Pro-Am didn't win according to the judges. Now, according to the audience, it might have been a different scenario.
Well, we think it was pretty obvious that we won. They must have saw a different fight than we did, and I think everybody else kind of agrees with that.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Wow, Mike Konchak, along with the fans, obviously rankled by the judge's call. I can't say I disagree with him. It was close, but what made the difference, Bill?
Well, they split the aggression and damage points, but the judges gave Vladiator the edge in strategy, and that was enough for the win.
All right, it's recap.
Rob Sika, Boston, Massachusetts. Codebreaker.
Gage Cauchois, Oakland, California. Vladiator.
I'm really intimidated at going against Vlad. Just being the former champion and knowing that he's an excellent builder and he's been around a long time, it's easy to get intimidated.
Gage Cauchois, such an innovator. Vlad has a number of different interchangeable weapons.
Let the super heavyweight quarterfinals begin.
The box is locked with nice rod. It's robot fighting time. The super heavyweights are at it.
Look at the similarities of these two bots. They both seem to kind of slide across the floor. They're so fast.
Fast, a lot of size out there, a lot of ramming usually when Vladiator takes the floor. Up and under Codebreaker with that flipping up.
Vlad, a former champ, in his championship season, he had a spike on the front of that. Now he's going to the flipping spatula.
And he delivers Codebreaker to the pulverizer with that flipping arm.
And just look at the Lexan shake when Vlad hits at full speed.
Man, you can feel that from up here. Both bots pretty aggressive in this match.
Hey man, winner goes on to the semifinals. You've got to be aggressive.
Codebreaker into the spikes again, courtesy of Vlad's flipping spatula.
Yeah, the spinning chipper drum on Codebreaker, it's just flying right over the top of Vlad, not doing very much damage at all.
Vlad backs himself into the pulverizer, takes a couple shots there, so he lost a few points.
These bots so similar. Neither of these drivers wants to back off at all.
Whoa. Shot from Vlad up under Codebreaker, then slams into the Lexan.
You know, I talk about timing a lot, and with a bot like Vladiator, it's so difficult because he comes at you so fast. And then he's got to pop the arm. But when it works, it is sweet. He's also hard to get around. Codebreaker, he's looking for that vulnerable area. Sides, wheels, back. Gage Cauchois is not letting him get there.
Gage, one of the veteran bot builders and drivers in the sport. There into the corner of the battle box and slams it.
Gage calls that the Lexan Slam. Get under him, take him across the box and into the wall.
Robert Sika comes right back with his spinning drum, takes a few bites out of Vladiator. Vlad gets a shot from the kill saws, that upends him.
It's the first time we've seen him inverted. It's not embarrassing. Don't worry, everything's covered.
Nose to nose. These two super heavyweights have just pounded it out.
About 15 seconds left. Both bots very aggressive. It just looks like Vladiator got in more hits during this fight, including a lot into the Lexan. That's it. This fight is over. Both bots putting on a show.
Vladiator was the aggressor, but man, he shot a lot of blanks. What do you think, Carmen?
I think the box took as much of a pounding from Vladiator as Codebreaker did.
That's for sure. Let's take a look at the replays. I talked about timing. Here it is perfectly. Vlad underneath with the spatula arm up right into the pulverizer.
And it was that spatula that lifted Codebreaker and enabled Vlad to just toss him around the box.
And here we see Vlad using his back end to get out of a little bit of trouble right here.
Speaking of trouble, Vlad into trouble there. The kill saw is flipping it. Wow, this is a hard fight to call. The judges have got their work cut out for them.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 3 judges at arena side have turned in a 25-20 decision for the red square, Vladiator.
Tough loss for Codebreaker as the judges come down on the side of the ex-champ. Vladiator's moving on to the semifinals. Now here's Arj and Tony with the Builders.
A tenacious battle against former champion Gage Cauchois. Couldn't pull it out, though. It was a tough fight. He's a great driver. It's a heck of a machine he has there. I did my best, and we'll be back next time and kick some more butt.
You heard it here on BattleBots.
Vladiator won on aggression alone.
I'm excited. I won. I got to the semifinals. We've got a lot of damage, but I couldn't be happier.
I think he has more damage than you, though.
I hope so. It doesn't matter, though, because he's out and I'm in, so.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's right.
Congratulations.
Thanks a lot, Tim.
Gage Cauchois builds to destroy. Take a look.
Today, on the BattleBots Sportsman, Gage Cauchois launches his trebuchet.
This is a replica of a medieval trebuchet that my teammate Terry built in his spare time. It'll launch a 10-pound watermelon about 100 feet, and it uses recycled barbells to swing this boom down, pivots here, and when the boom comes up, it pulls this sling forward. I'm going to launch it right now. Ready? Aim, fire. Bullseye! We're just having a good time out here today. There's a lot of stress at BattleBots, so I wish it was as relaxed as what we're doing today. This is not for kids. All of these things can be dangerous. We know what we're doing. That's my disclaimer.
Join us next time on BattleBots Sportsman.
Now let's make way for the big boys.
The box is locked. The lights are on. It's robot semi-final fighting time.
The Super Heavies, yes indeed. And 2 of the quickest ones in this tournament.
2 big, quick bots, both of them with those spatula flipping wedges out front.
In case you can't tell them apart, Maximus has the red wedge. Vladiator, silver.
Maximus up underneath. Takes Vladiator for a ride.
You know, before the match, Vladiator's Gage Cauchois severed a tendon in his hand. Now let's see if that affects his driving at all.
Driving is going to be key. You've got 2 bots that are quite similar in design. Maximus up underneath Vladiator.
Both these bots are reckless. I think that's the best way to describe both of them. Watch them fly at one another and then come right back.
Each driver trying to get position on the other, trying to take a shot at their side to get under with those wedges. Because you see when they go nose to nose,
one goes right over the other.
It's just like a ramp. Up and over. Whoa, Maximus gets flipped.
This could be advantageous for Vladiator.
Yes.
You can see, oh, and now he's back.
So Vlad with a couple quick strikes there, and he knocks Maximus again.
That's big point. You flip your opponent. That is big points. The judges like to see that. Of course, the judges like shiny objects too, so go figure.
Neither bot getting much damage from the hazards, Bill. No one's been under the pulverizer yet.
No, you know why? Because they're both such excellent drivers. They're staying in the middle of the box. That was a nice hit.
Gets a big shot from Maximus. Maximus, you see the difference when one bot hits the other in the rear or the side.
I'm giving the edge right now to Vladiator, but Maximus is certainly coming back.
Vladiator up underneath Maximus, tosses him again. Maneuverability. Whoa! Vladiator almost upended. Maximus sends himself into the spike strip.
Maybe the severed tendon is affecting Gage's timing with his flipping. Could be.
I think you're stretching it.
How can you stretch it? It's a tendon. Tim, I'm an athlete. I don't know about these things.
Spun around. Maximus flipped over. Now there's a shot from the pulverizer build.
This is when Vladiator wants to go at him.
Vladiator up against the spike strip and the Lexan. Maximus trying to catch his breath.
End of the match, winner, and we don't know who it is going on to the finals. But I'll tell you, you don't want to be pinned up against a spike strip at the end of the match.
This was a close one.
Both bots coming at one another. Maximus with an early ride given to Vladiator and takes him into the strips. And then the first flip from Vladiator. And again, I say that's big points. The judges like to see that. Maximus not backing down at all. Both bots so aggressive. This is going to be close. The tension is so thick you could cut it with a tension cutting device.
The three judges at arena side have turned in a split decision. 23-22 to the winner and advancing to the championship finals, the red square, Vladiator.
So Vladiator wins it, and now he's going on to the finals with a chance for his second giant nut.
Here's Arj and Carmen with the semifinalists.
Maximus is out of the game. The crowd was not entirely happy with that decision. Were you?
Well, obviously not. We would have loved to have won it. But, you know, fighting is fighting, so we'll stick with it and come back again and fight him more. He's a great driver, and one of these days I'll be as good as him.
He's a champion driver is what he is, and you're on your way to being a champion driver if you keep driving like that. Congratulations.
Thanks, Arj.
Your designs were almost identical. What was the difference?
Actually, mine came first. I think I inspired him, and I have a weapon, so I think that helps me get a little more action going. And also, mine runs inverted, and when his is inverted, he doesn't have any kind of a weapon. And also, I'm a much better driver.
I like your confidence.
I'm just having fun at this point, you know. And win or lose, it'll be a great fight.
And I'm just going to give it 150%, and I'm not going to ease up.
Winner takes all.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to kick bot for the BattleBots Super Heavyweight Championship. Introducing in the red square, one giant nut in his trophy case is not enough. He wants another. Here is Dissector.
Don Hudson looking for revenge from his last fight against Vladiator when he came up short.
And in the blue square, a former champion looking to regain his throne, introducing Vladiator.
Hey, if you're confused about where you're going in life, Gage Cauchois has been building toys and things his whole life, and look at him now.
It's a beautiful thing.
Are you ready? Dissector is ready.
Boy, you can feel the tension. The box is locked, the lights are on. It's the super heavyweight final. Dissector, Vladiator, like a classic monster movie matchup.
And Gladiator's builder, Gage Cauchois, he does not hide his emotion. You can just see the terror in his face.
Dissector taking Vladiator early into the Lexan and hammering away with the battle mallets.
Now I think we're going to see these two wedges flying over one another. Both bots, such effective wedges.
Gage Cauchois, Vladiator flips Dissector there. So it's a bit of back and forth here.
Have Haven't seen too much of the battle mallets yet from Dissector. There he's starting to bring them.
Dissector trying to run Vladiator under the pulverizer. Scoring points again with those battle mallets. And there, Vladiator takes a big shot. Can you hurt that super heavyweight, though, with the pulverizer, Bill?
Vladiator or Dissector, it can do some damage. Oh, man!
How about that slam? Courtesy of Vladiator, and then he flips Dissector. Whoa! Now Dissector with the advantage. And he takes Vlad for a run.
Boy, this is a piggyback fest right now, and it is fun to watch.
Back and forth, the two super heavyweights, each of them a former champion.
The super heavyweight final is over. Oh, man, that's a tough one to call.
Let's take a look at the replays. You saw Dissector came out early with the first couple of blows to Vladiator. That may be the difference in this fight, Bill.
However, Vlad, not one to back down, flips Dissector. This is a tough one to call, Tim.
The three judges at ringside have turned in a 26-19 decision, and the BattleBots Super Heavyweight Championship to the Red Square, Dissector.
Dissector is your new super heavyweight champion of the robot fighting world.
We'll have all the details, plus the hit of the tournament, when we come back.
For exclusive interviews with BattleBot builders, or if you want to chat with other bot fans, check out comedycentral.com/BattleBot. There were endless nominees, but the winner of our hit of the tournament is Dissector, helping Final Destiny slip out of those uncomfortable skirts. Welcome back to this truly star-studded event. Hey, we've given out a lot of awards tonight.
Right, but Carmen's about to give Donald Hudson the biggest.
Congratulations, you won the super heavyweight giant nut. How does it feel?
It feels awesome. It feels awesome. Words can't describe what it feels like to go through 6 months of very hard work and beat the two robots that took you out the 2 seasons before, one after another. Not to mention a very destructive spinner that probably was the most destructive spinner I've seen here. So, I'm just on top of the world. I feel like I'm a very lucky man. My team, my hammer guys, Mikey and Dave did a great job. My hat's off to them because I couldn't have done it without them and my wonderful fiance.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yay.
I'm a lucky man.
Yes.
There are so